North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory responds to recent backlash and criticism on the state's new law, which bans anti-discrimination protection for the LGBT community by aiming to revise the order, but he leaves a controversial part of the law intact. So this new law, which he released in a YouTube video on Tuesday, already costs thousands of jobs, revenue loss. And people have said that this is not enough to calm the storm. This is not enough to really have any change or impact on it. You're just reaffirming what you've already stated. Here's a short clip of Pat McCrory's statement on YouTube that we have to show you for you guys.
I have come to the conclusion that there's a great deal of misinformation, misinterpretation, confusion, passion, and frankly, selective outrage and hypocrisy, especially against the great state of North Carolina.
So calling for misrepresentation, saying that these people are confused, that they're passionate, in my opinion, is not understanding what the people are saying. In fact, he's kind of belittling, you know, the backlash and not passion, but it's more anger against their rights that they've been deprived of from his new law. In essence, the bathroom law still holds true, which is, you know, transgender people have to go use the restrooms. That's according to the gender on their birth certificate. So that's still intact. He did reaffirm, though, that private companies are allowed to make their own policies. So that hasn't changed, A, which, of course, a lot of people were upset about that. B, he did state, though, that state employees were allowed to have equal employment policy, which means they don't have any discrimination. But again, that's very limiting. So he's very vague in his new policy. It wasn't very, you know, different from what he originally said. So this, in a way, it's just, again, reaffirming what he already said and trying to defend his earlier claims because he knows that after, I mean, I can go on and on about the companies that, you know,
or boycotting
North Carolina.
But, you know, if his views have not changed, right, in this past week, just because of, you know, all the backlash, he still feels the same way. So if you're going to put blatant discriminatory laws in place in your state, at least stand by them and try to defend them. Don't go back and in this video attribute it to misinformation or hypocrisy against the state of North Carolina. Like millions of people woke up one day and said, oh, let's go rail on North Carolina for absolutely no reason. So now he's just attributing it to all sorts of things like people just don't understand what we're doing here. Yet, was it not just like a week ago that he was coming out and saying, I'm putting this bathroom law in place so that I can protect the men, the women, and the children of this state because they're clearly at threat at all those, you know, angry, crazy transgender people that want to attack them in the bathroom. So look, he knows what he's doing. He's acting like now he's going to go back and say like, oh, you guys just don't understand. But everyone understands. It's very blatant. He knows what he's doing, and now he's just doesn't know what to say because there's so much backlash. But basically, he's admitted, like you said, that he's in the wrong and he screwed up. And you mentioned that it's lost millions of people jobs, and it has because, you know, there's a lot of tourist companies, tourism agencies that aren't going to work in North Carolina, for example, and all the other companies that are boycotting them for that reason. So that's costing the state a lot of jobs. Is an apology, even if you can call it that, going to help anything? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, even Deutsche Bank just said that they've lost 250 new jobs in North Carolina.
PayPal
so this is
too.
Definitely, PayPal was also released. It's a day too late, you know? Already so much has lost, and Pat McCrory is just... This could, though, mean there could be some positive steps. I mean, maybe he is understanding that, okay, the economy is suffering, tourism is suffering. But like you said, he's not sticking to one policy.
Right.
Either repeal the whole thing or stick to one, because these little adjustments are not going to change anything.
Yeah.
In fact, more people are going to still, you know, be deprived and not going to want to invest in North Carolina, whether you're an entertainment company or whether you're a bank.
It's too little, too late. I mean, he's going to come out and say, attribute it to whatever he wants, misinformation. I don't care what he says. But, you know, until he revises the things in this bill that actually matter, these companies are going to put their business back in North Carolina, and people, hundreds of thousands, who knows how many people will be out of jobs in that state because of his actions.
He also does say in the video, he goes, now I know these actions will not totally satisfy everyone. Well, obviously not. But the vast majority of our citizens want common sense solutions to complex issues. I mean, he calls the bathroom law common sense issues as if it's worldwide that we should have these. It's ridiculous.
Well, no, they break it down. What defenders of that law will say, well, if you're a boy, go to the boys' bathroom. If you're a girl, go to the girls' bathroom. It's as simple as that. What's wrong with you liberals? You don't understand. but that's not the point of the law, right?
Yeah.
We all know what the real point of the law is. So.
Yeah, exactly. He does say, though, that this is the North Carolina way. So,
Sure is.
yeah, it sure is. I mean, if things continue to escalate, the governor will have to make some serious changes, even if it may go against the North Carolina way.